21st day of October 2025 it is. Good afternoon and a warm welcome. This is the great KBC, just in time for KBC Lunchtime News on a day that the Senegal President Diomaye Faye is currently in the country, and on a day as well the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education examination begins. My name is Njue. On the bottom right of your corner of the screen is Lensa Odingo, who will handle the sign language interpretation. Of course, for comments, suggestions, or even where you are watching us from, we are live on all our social media platforms. Straight to the news, the Rotary Club is urging African communities to increase awareness about the dangers of polio and how to ensure the disease is completely eradicated from the face of the earth. Rotary Club East Africa Coordinator Leonard Ithao says although polio has been largely controlled, there is still a great need to raise more awareness within communities to ensure that no Kenyan or African is affected by the disease again. Speaking while commemorating World Polio Week in Athi River, Machakos County, Ithao said there is need to initiate awareness campaigns to enlighten communities on the dangers of polio.
End polio now!
Kenya and Africa has been declared polio-free. We have some endemic areas in Pakistan and Afghanistan due to the unrest and difficulties in reaching children. But as we know, because of the ease of travel today in the world, that one child or one person who is unwell in one corner of the world and travels to another can spread very easily, as we know from the COVID experience. So it's important that we wipe it out completely and that the effort is focused on doing that as soon as possible.
Elsewhere, the government is mulling over establishing a kitty to support elderly heroes. Speaking during a dinner in honor of those who were conferred with state commendations during the 2025 Mashujaa Day celebrations, Gender and Culture Cabinet Secretary Hannah Cheptumo said the government will work with development partners to ensure the National Heroes Council is fully equipped to discharge its mandate.
Speaking in Kitui during a dinner for heroes who were awarded honors during the 2025 Mashujaa Day, Gender and Culture Cabinet Secretary Hannah Cheptumo said the government will establish funds to support heroes who are elderly.
We are looking at establishing a fund in the future for purposes of supporting those who have aged and those just to ensure sustainability. And we also cooperate with other partners. We cooperate with private partners to ensure that we have this process going on.
The CS challenged those who are honored to redouble their efforts and to continue impacting positive change to society.
Like today, if you see the number of heroes that we have gifted, there are many. And next year again, once we get the support from other partners, we will have until we ensure that every Kenyan becomes a hero.
She said she will work with development partners to ensure the National Heroes Council lives true to its calling. She further challenged the heroes to support government agenda of planting 15 billion trees by 2032.
So these are some of the people that we identify so that they can run that particular agenda. Like today, we honored the PS for Treasury, who is not only doing his work in the Treasury, but has gone to the community to plant trees. And he has been able to get the people in the community to support him. And you can see recently we were even able to do in schools. These are the kind of programs that we do as a government, and we encourage the citizens who also get engaged. And once we identify those who are doing exceptionally well, we honor them as our heroes.
Elsewhere, the 2025 Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education examinations kicked off countrywide, marking a critical milestone for nearly 1 million Form 4 candidates. The official timetable released by Kenya National Examination Council shows learners began their oral examinations in French and German languages. Similarly, music students and Kenya Sign Language interpretation learners also began their practical exam. Each candidate will be accorded 15 minutes with the practicals set to conclude on Friday. Candidates who chose Arabic language will conclude their oral examinations on Monday, 27th October. According to the Kenya National Examination Council, written papers are scheduled to start on November the 4th and conclude on November the 21st. 996,078 candidates are sitting for this year's KCSE exams in 10,765 centers. There are 12,126 supervisors, 54,782 invigilators, and 22,247 security officers deployed to oversee the exams. Moving on, the Council of Governors claim Health Cabinet Secretary Njue is to be blamed for the crisis facing the health sector. Speaking during the 27th Annual Kenya Clinical Officers Association Conference in Naivasha, the governors, through their Health Committee chair, said the ministry is on the verge of collapse due to constant policy shift and poor coordination. In the meantime, the Council has announced an increase in risk allowances for clinical officers as it pushes for better welfare and reforms in the healthcare sector.
We move. Number one, we have a challenge of high turnover of CSs in that ministry. Even before you have agreed with one, we are now in our third one, who is also becoming a bully. And we must say this, because this is a new expenditure, we want a conditional grant that will ensure, number one, these UHC staff for the next 2 or 3 years are assured of their salaries in the way they are, the SRC, because allowing them to just walk away and you are told go to counties, there's going to be a challenge. The second thing that sized, the need to caution county government employees from losing their cover due to delayed exchequer disbursements.
SRC washaweza kupatia ile direction na wakasema allowances fulani ziongezwe kama risk allowance na wamekubaliana nasi.
And as school closed for the long holiday, parents in Kericho County have been urged to take care of their children following rising cases of teenage pregnancies in the county. Kericho Woman Representative Beatrice Kemei said most parents are no longer closer to their children, leaving them to experiment for themselves. She called on the parents to take up their roles and mold their children to be good members of the society.
Watoto wetu wamefunga shule. The primary, the KCSE, except those who are doing exams. Naomba wazazi sana watusaidie kuchunga watoto nyumbani. Tumekuwa na cases ya pregnancies. Teenage pregnancies imeenda juu hasa upande wa Kericho. Naomba wazazi wachunge watoto wetu, hata vijana hatutaki boys wetu rande wakitembea up and down. Let them be involved kwa kazi ya nyumbani, wapate kusaidia wazazi na wakae kwa amani nyumbani. Ndio naomba sana tuchichunge, na ninaomba ngao tusaidiane sana kuachana na hiyo maneno. Ama tuangalie watu wetu wasikuwe engaged na hiyo. Na kama mtu amefunja sheria, naomba serikali ichukue hatua kali kwa hawa watu wetu.
And Isiolo Governor Abdi Ibrahim Guyo has urged residents of Burat and Ngaremara wards to remain calm as they seek for an amicable solution over a protracted land row with the Kenya Defence Forces. This comes as residents have faulted the military officers for alleged threats and intimidation. Governor Guyo noted that already significant progress is being made to expedite the matter in line with the directive of President William Ruto. He, however, urged the locals to set aside their differences and collaborate with the team tasked to lead the negotiation for the recovery of the piece of land.
Like I said, we continue fighting. Development takes the back burner. And the rest of the country will not wait for us to fight until we get to agree. The rest of the country will keep on bolting away.
Gavana wetu kwa sababu ameingilia mambo ya jeshi upande ya Burat. Na naamini kwa ile muda kidogo tuko nayo atashirikiana na rais wetu tuweze kumaliza hiyo mambo, ilikuwa imebakia kitu kidogo kabisa.
Kwa sababu hiyo kesi imeisha sasa, imefanya nini? Tutakaa chini na National Land Commission, KDF na County Government of Isiolo tuwakie tumalize mambo katikati ya jeshi na wananchi wa Isiolo. Kwa sababu wanajeshi ni watu wetu, ni mandugu zetu, tunawapenda, wanalinda sisi. Lazima tukae na njia ambayo inafanya nini? Inatuweka kama mandugu, si ni ukweli? Tuwabakishie sehemu yao na waache wananchi wakae sehemu yao.
Away from that, residents of Kitengela town and its environs are decrying what they say is rampant sale and consumption of illicit brews within residential areas. According to the residents, the unregulated trade comprising of drinks such as busa, changa, and counterfeit second-generation liquors is reportedly thriving in estates such as Nunkopir and Kiangombe. They are now demanding action from the police and relevant bodies to crack the whip on those promoting and profiteering from the illegal trade.
The residents in Kitengela say hundreds of locals, both young and old, spend their days in makeshift pubs that operate around the clock, turning the once peaceful neighborhoods into drinking estates.
Watu wanakufa na pombe, vijana wetu wanakufa. Tunataka kuona vitendo kwa nini? Kwa sababu watoto wetu wanaumia, vijana wetu wanaumia. Na watu wakisema watu wanaumia, siasa nyingine inaletwa ya pesa kidogo.
Kajiado County Commissioner James Tari has since issued a stern warning to the brewers and distributors of the illicit liquor, saying that security officers have been directed to intensify crackdowns.
Kama unafanya kazi ya pombe na wewe sheria pombe, tafuta kazi ya kufanya. Kama unauza hii pombe haramu, tunasema pombe haramu. Because which brew pia hiyo si pombe ya sawa. Unless iko traditional brew ambayo umeomba ruhusa uweze kunywa wakati ceremony. Kama unauzia watu pombe hizi, hiyo ni makosa. Hiyo ni kuvunja sheria. So I want to put your notice, itakuwa na wewe.
Elsewhere, the war on illicit brew continues in Nandi County, where security agencies have rolled out tougher measures ahead of the festive season. Nandi Central Deputy County Commissioner Alfred Jilo says a series of raids and surveillance operations will be intensified to curb the vice.
Kwa nini basi sisi tunabugia pombe, tunakunywa paka tunapindukia, hatujielewi? Tuko Kenya huru, tunaelewa. Uko na uhuru ya kukunywa kitu chochote unachopenda. Lakini pia tukumbuke kwamba kitu chochote unachofanya kupita kiasi, hata Biblia imesema ni dhambi.
So she cautioned elders against encouraging the use of traditional brew during boys' initiation ceremonies, urging them to instill discipline and moral values in the youth. Jilo warned that the law will take its course against those promoting illegal alcohol consumption. Jacqueline Masharia for Lunchtime News.
And still keeping up with law and order, Garissa County Commissioner Mohamed Mwabuzo has issued a strong warning to individuals involved in acts of lawlessness and criminality that they will face the full force of the law. Mwabuzo called out parents that come rushing to the rescue of their children once caught instead of instilling discipline at the house-state level. On his part, Deputy Governor Abdi Dagane called for a united approach towards addressing insecurity challenges, the menace that is threatening the security situation in the country.
Ukosefu wa ajira au ukosefu wa kazi sio sababu ya vijana kuwa wahalifu, na wazazi wamechangia pahali pakubwa sana, japo kuna changamoto zingine, lakini wao wamechangia sana kutetea watoto wao hata wakijua kwamba ni wahalifu.
Kuna wahalifu wakamatwe,
lakini we cannot blackmail a whole community na tunasema wao ni watu wabaya. Hiyo hatutakubali.
Elsewhere, West Pokot Governor Simon Kachapin has raised concern over the increasing encroachment of forest within the county, urging immediate action to stop residents from cutting trees to expand their farms. Governor Kachapin said that the efforts being put by the government to plant more trees are being reversed due to uncontrolled encroachment of forest. He said that he will set aside resources to ensure forests are protected from further encroachments.
Tunapanda miti kila mwezi, but sustainability ya hiyo forest iko wapi? Isipokuwa yale iko mashule kama hii. Lakini tunapanda hapa kama tena tunapanda huko Leland. Baada ya hiyo mbuzi inakula. Tutashirikiana pamoja karibuni na watu ya Kenya Forest Service na wengine kuona wale wameingilia kama tira mtelo, tutashirikiana kuondoa hao.
Moving on, the Kenya Film Commission Chief Executive Officer Timothy Owase has hailed cultural events being undertaken by technical and vocational education and training institutions, TVET, saying such forums help nurture young talents. Speaking during a cultural week in Njue, Owase said the future is no longer about the blue-collar jobs, but will be driven by those with unique talents which they can easily monetize. The Cultural Week held in Njue National Polytechnic served as a reminder of the vital role of technical institutions in promoting creativity among the youth. The colorful event featured cultural dances, innovation displays, and modeling, where Victor Nyaga and Delphine Kwamboka were crowned Master and Miss Njue National Polytechnic 2025. The institution's principal, Dr. David Mwangi, said the creative arts curriculum aims to empower youth and celebrate diversity.
This one being one of the highest paying and the most accommodative to the youth in terms of income generation. So we are looking at the creative arts in terms of TVET, and you must be able to craft it to go to the next level.
Every creative expression, from storytelling to film production, carries the potential to generate employment, attract investment, promote tourism, and strengthen our national cohesion. In the global arena, the global creative economy, which is film, fashion, performing arts, and all, have become powerful tools for economic transformation.
And the family of Kenya's celebrated athletics legend Hezekiah Nyamao, who passed away at a hospital in Nakuru County at the age of 88 following a long battle with cancer, is appealing for assistance to settle his medical bills. The Olympic gold medalist was part of Kenya's celebrated 4x400 relay team alongside Charles Sasati, Robert Ouko, and Julia Sang. His stellar performance earned Kenya gold at the 1972 Munich Olympic Games and silver at the 1968 Commonwealth Games in Mexico.
Muse was a legend, an athlete of renowned standing, who brought medals to this country, particularly the 1968 Mexico Games, when in that quartet of Julius Sang, Robert Ouko, and him, and then Charlie Sasati, when they brought the 4x400 meters gold. A gold medalist whom the government has forgotten. A medalist they have not even visited when he was sick. A medalist who now is going to be buried when they cannot be around. Indeed, the family is asking these great questions. Where are the people he brought glory to?
Have a plea. Honor my grandfather by giving him a decent send-off. Actually, a state send-off.
And now to the sandy beaches of the coast, where a section of Diani residents in Kwale County are expressing concerns over rising cases of insecurity. Led by Gema community leader Jackson Gitonga, the residents say juvenile gangs continue to terrorize locals, disrupting their daily activities and threatening livelihoods. Gitonga also urged security agencies to intensify efforts to restore peace and order.
Naomba huu usalama uendelee kutiwa mkaso ili watu wawe na nafasi nzuri ya kufanya kazi zao usiku na mchana.
Tupate usalama wa kutosha katika Kwale. Kwenye tunatembea manake sasa tunatembea na uoga sababu ya watoto wa mapanga.
Tukishirikiana pamoja tutazidi pia kupata yale mema na maendeleo mengi kutoka kwa serikali yetu.
Tupate kuwa karibu na hii serikali ya Kwale, tuweze kuongea na serikali tukiwa karibu. Wakati kazi zimetokea kwa serikali ya jimbo la Kwale, vijana wetu ndio wasitengwe.
Moving on, the government has been urged to tap into young and creative talents as well as young entrepreneurs as a way of amplifying the impact of young leaders in Kenya. The clarion call was made during the inaugural launch of Under 40 National Prestigious Award that took place in Nairobi. Speakers at the forum emphasized the need of embracing new innovations from the youth. According to Tally Track Africa, the event is aimed at celebrating individuals and organizations demonstrating outstanding performance across diverse sectors of the economy.
Let us celebrate the launch of Tally Track Africa.
We are not just awarding, we are recognizing, all right? We are recognizing. We have different categories. For example, we have people who are called community champions. We have philanthropists, right? We are recognizing people who are serving this community, and we are bridging them. We are connecting them to sponsors.
Our partnership with this company goes a long way back, a few months ago. And at the KCSE Nairobi chapter, we empower our members through a lot of trainings, a lot of market linkages, and advocacy.
Once you are on board, even the nominees, apart from those who will win, even those who are nominees in this and they are participating in this, you remain in in that category, alumni, so that we are able to walk that journey, not even tomorrow, not even next year, even after 10 years.
And I believe that with the impact that they're making across, especially the grassroots environments where they're picking up young people who are doing amazing things under 40. In Africa, we say that life begins at 40.
Very well, and from youth empowerment, this week, all through this week is the Correctional Week. And of course, as a country, we are celebrating that Correctional Service Week. And today, Madam Soipan Tuya, who is the CS for Defense, was holding brief for CS Murkomen, the Interior Cabinet Secretary, at the Edge Convention Center right here in Nairobi. Let's first of all hear those remarks.
To Probation and Aftercare Services Department within the ministry. As Cabinet Secretary, both myself and on behalf of my colleague, I take immense pride in the men and women who serve in our correctional services. Each day, they undertake one of the most intricate tasks in public service, balancing security, rehabilitation, and social welfare, all under one roof. This work demands not just firmness, but deep empathy. Efficiency in corrections goes beyond infrastructure or statistics. It is about outcomes, reducing crime through rehabilitation, preventing reoffending through skills and education, and fostering cohesion through community reintegration. It is also about designing spaces that restore, not dehumanize. Studies by ICPA confirm that humane environments, which are clean, well-designed, and psychologically supportive, lower tensions, reduce violence, and curb reoffending. Indeed, the architecture of our prisons can be the architecture of hope. That is why the government, through the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, is committed to modernizing correctional facility design, creating environments that promote learning, mental wellness, and vocational growth. The Kenya Kwanza administration, led by His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, continues to invest in our correctional personnel because efficient service delivery starts with a well-supported workforce. Correctional officers serve not just as custodians, but also as teachers, counselors, mentors, and peacekeepers, all in one. We will continue to prioritize staff welfare, professional development, and psychosocial support to safeguard the emotional and mental well-being of our officers. We are also proud of the culture of innovation witnessed within our service. It ranges from eco-farming projects in Naivasha to digital education in Langata and to community reintegration programs in Kajiado and Kahawa. The environmental conservation to combat climate change and the intention to have a green service are all to be celebrated. This spirit of kujituma, taking initiative and crafting local solutions is what defines a forward-looking, efficient corrections system. In this era of digital transformation, technology must be our enabler. We are working to establish digital infrastructure that will support real-time data sharing, streamlined case management, and enhanced accountability across our justice institutions. This is how we deliver efficiency for the common good, through transparency, coordination, and innovation. Distinguished guests, at its core, correctional work is a human enterprise by all standards. Every successful rehabilitation is a victory for society, a family restored, a community made safer, and life reclaimed. As we celebrate...
Indeed, that has been the the Defense Cabinet Secretary, that is Soipan Tuya, holding brief for Interior Cabinet Secretary Onesmus Kipchumba Murkomen at the Correctional Service Week that is through this week, and they're urging Kenyans always remember the Kenyan spirit of kujituma. She's also talking about digitization to improve the correctional services here in the country. Well, that takes us to our first breather. At about 28 minutes past the top of the hour, you're still watching KBC Channel 1 Lunchtime News all the way from the broadcasting house in the county of Nairobi, and also on our social media spaces. Ann Mwende Tatu, you say you're watching all the way from Chogoria. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with more news, not forgetting business and also sports.
We shine light on one of the most under-discussed and very urgent issues, especially in women's health. This is maternal mortality. Why are women still dying from preventable causes during pregnancy and childbirth?
The solutions that we create for women must start with the women themselves. It is the wearer of the shoe who knows where it pinches most.
One of the key causes of maternal mortality is obstetric hemorrhage, bleeding.
And I think the leadership of this country needs to wake up and really focus on what is killing women. And they can only do that by listening.
Only would put in money, if only would invest strengthening our supply chain, would ensure that our governance is airtight, then in this country we will not be able to speak about maternal mortality very quickly in the near future.
Looking to advertise on KBC? KBC announcement services are now available on eCitizen. Visit kbc.ecitizen.go.ke and fill out the online application form. It's simple. 1. Complete the form. 2. Upload required documents. 3. Receive a quotation based on word count. And 4. Get notified via SMS when your announcement is ready. Please note, clearly indicate the type of announcement, service station, and all relevant details. 2. All applications must be made online only. Manual submissions will not be accepted. And 3. Announcements will air after news bulletins. For assistance, reach us on email ecitizen@kbc.co.ke or use our social media handles, Facebook, your Facebook account, and X at your X account. Or you can call us on 0723-892-654 or 0734-780-124. KBC announcements. Simple, fast, and digital.
The world of governance is vast and can be alien to the ordinary man on the street.
Critical issues are going to be discussed.
From white papers to policy positions, it is easier to get lost in the labyrinth of words.
Inside Government takes you to key global metropolis where critical decisions are made and where policies are crafted.
We interview policymakers and senior government officials to highlight and enumerate government policies and projects. We take a deep dive into the underbelly of complex red tape to demystify policies across the country, across the world. Join me, O'Brien Kimani, on Inside Government, only on KBC Channel 1.
Welcome back to Channel 1 News, and many thanks indeed for keeping me company. Moving on, as the schools close for 2-month-long holiday, parents have been urged to engage their children in different community services, which will be a tool for empowering them to serve others and be self-reliant. According to Father Michael Kimani, a priest from Ndeia Parish in Kiambu County, the church is encountering challenges from the poor parenting attributed to parents' busy schedules with daily activities. Sentiments echoed by Ndeia Sub-County Assistant Commissioner Ephantus Njagi, who said the government has sensitized parents through public barazas, nyumba kumi, and churches in taking care of children this long holiday.
We are finding it very challenging nowadays to keep our children to take upon their lives with responsibility as you would wish them to live.
When you're doing the community service, you're visiting the sick, go with them. Let them learn how to serve others through what they're learning. Let them embrace work, not just sitting and watching.
The government, we try our level best to make sure that we sensitize our people through the public barazas, and also we encourage our nyumba kumi to monitor those villages in case they sense there is something immoral which will happen to our people. They are able to tell us, and the national government is able to act on it immediately.
Elsewhere, leaders from Samburu County are raising concerns over what they say is the re-emergence of criminals targeting public service vehicles along the Mararal or Piroi-Baragoi highway. Led by the county governor, Lati Lelelit, the leaders are calling on security agencies to deal with the problem, saying the security of the people is not negotiable. Meanwhile, the residents of Transmara area of Narok County have been urged to make use of the current government amnesty and voluntarily surrender any illegally owned firearms before the grace periods comes to an end.
Kurudi penye tumetoka. Uko na political goodwill. Hakuna mtu atakuuliza swali ukishika wahalifu na kuwapeleka mbele.
Kufikia sasa tuko na suspects karibu 6, lakini kuna wande walitoroka hapa, wala ambao walipiga gari kule Charda. Tuko na wande tunatafuta,
na kama utarejesha operation inakuja hivi karibuni. Kwa hivyo naeleza ya wale wanamiliki bunduki haramu kila mahali, mpate hiyo habari kwamba hatutakubali mambo ya tena kule watu kuibana na kuuana kwa sababu wako na silaha ambayo inahatarisha maisha ya Kenya.
Wacha kwanza serikali inunue shamba. Ikishanunua sasa ni ya wananchi, tunakuja sisi kuketi, Sogoi inafika wapi, Sagamia inafika wapi? Hata hatujali sana. Hatujali sana kwa sababu hata mtu akikaa sokoni amepata shamba, sio ni sawa?
The government plans to set up a passport office in Malindi town next year to ease access of the travel document for North Coast residents. This was revealed by Malindi Deputy County Commissioner David Lusaba, who says the decision is aimed at enhancing the service, especially for youth seeking overseas jobs and are forced to travel to Mombasa for the documents.
From early next year, hatutaweza kuwa tukienda Mombasa ama Nairobi, passports zitakuwa zinachukuliwa hapa. Si hilo ni jambo, si ni maendeleo? Kwa sababu watoto wetu, kuna wakati tumefanya ajira za kwenda kufanya kazi Uarabuni. Kuna wale wenye walikuwa na shida ya kupata hizi passports. So ofisi ikiletwa hapa itaweza kutusaidia.
Let's make sense of shillings and cents in business. Commercial International Bank, CIB, is banking on a new way of assessing business borrowers based on their cash flows as opposed to traditional collateral to grow its market share in Kenya. CIB Group Chief Finance and Operations Officer Islam Zekri says this is a model that the Egypt-headquartered lender is keen on replicating for its Kenyan subsidiary.
International Bank, which is Egypt's largest private bank, entered the Kenyan market in April 2020 after acquiring a 51% stake in Mayfair Bank, which was associated with former Gatanga Member of Parliament Peter Kenneth. The lender will in January 2023 buy the remaining 49% stake to fully acquire Mayfair Bank, leading to rebrand to CIB Kenya. CIB hopes to leverage Kenya to anchor its expansion in the sub-Saharan African region.
CIB is the biggest private bank in Egypt, and absolutely we are chasing growth opportunities around the Comesa corridor. That's why we are in Nairobi. Nairobi is our African headquarters as we speak. We are expanding around Comesa corridor from Nairobi.
The expansion will be anchored on cash flow lending model as opposed to relying on assets or collateral. This means as a business, all you need to do is to demonstrate how you will make money to repay the loan to access the credit.
The service model, the relationship management model we build, the expertise we build with a specific knowledge around the specific sectors we are expanding in will be the secret sauce for expansion over there. Already here around the group since almost 20, 30 years. And by the way, that's the applied model in Kenya as we speak. All the transactions is on a cash flow basis.
CIB is keen on leveraging the common market for Eastern and Southern Africa and the Africa Continental Free Trade Area to position itself for trade, finance and diaspora remittance.
For a bank operating in North Africa, there are two corridors we are chasing for an Egyptian bank. So technically, the remittance corridor, where the money comes from the Egyptian diaspora back, is a corridor we are chasing. The trade corridor, which is to a great extent around the east side of Africa, is another corridor we are chasing.
CIB views the higher capital requirements for banks in Kenya as an opportunity to increase its investment.
Let's now take it to the skies, where competition on the Mombasa-Dubai route is expected to pick up, with United Arab Emirates carrier Fly Dubai increasing flights to Mombasa to 7 a week. The carrier, which started operation on the route in July of 2024, will face Kenya Airways and Ethiopian Airlines. The flights via Jomo Kenyatta International Airport will operate from Terminal 3 to the coastal city, a route that is highly dominated by Kenya Airways. Fly Dubai Chief Gaith says the new flights underline the importance of connecting Kenya to Dubai's global aviation hub, enhancing access for trade, travel and tourism between the two countries.
Dubai's direct flights every week from Dubai to Mombasa have been instrumental in enhancing access to Kenya's beautiful coast region for travelers from the Gulf and beyond, including passengers transiting through Dubai from Europe, Asia, and the Americas. The goal now is to ensure that the new Nairobi route not only strengthens links between Dubai and our capital, but also seamlessly connects with the rest of Kenya, allowing Nairobi to serve as a central gateway through which our country connects with the world.
These flights are much more than a connection between two cities. They represent a bridge between two nations, a bridge that will bring people closer together, open doors for new business, and create even more opportunities for travel, trade, and tourism. Dubai is one of the world's leading aviation hubs, and by connecting Nairobi to Dubai, we're giving passengers from Kenya access not just to Dubai, but to Fly Dubai's network of more than 135 destinations and beyond through our strong codeshare partnership with Emirates.
Now, small and medium enterprises have been urged to invest in technology solutions that increase efficiency to reduce cost of operations. Tech players say MSMEs can scale faster if they adopt the right technology to handle tasks that take up their time away from their core business.
Micro, small and medium enterprises account for over 80% of employment in Kenya and contribute significantly to the GDP. Despite the fundamental role they play, the majority of MSMEs operate in the informal sector, limiting their access to markets, supply chains, infrastructure, services, financing, and further compromises their overall business growth. Players say technology adoption is key in integrating these enterprises into the formal sector, which will help them to gain an identity, open up to the numerous business opportunities along their value chains, and inform government policies and interventions for the sector.
Technology is something which has no barrier to adopt. First one is small and medium businesses. When they adopt our technology, what they feel is, am I paying the right price for what software is? Because when it comes to software, everybody has in mind that software is very expensive. If I run a small business, should I have a software? Or rather, I can just use an Excel sheet and I can run my business. Right? That is the first thought. So that is the first thought which we want to break.
If you are in control of your data, that means you are in control of your business. Now, Tally gives you the flexibility of analyzing the data in the most simplest way and the most flexible way you want to do. So it gives you whatever insights a business owner needs to make his business more efficient and more profitable. That's the ultimate goal of a business, right?
Government has been called upon to play its role in opening up the markets for MSMEs to thrive.
It's been interesting setting up a business over there in Kenya, long time back. I've heard there's a lot of bureaucracy that has to be passed through. I gave up on the idea. I spoke to a couple of people, gave up on that idea. But I met with the ambassador over here to UAE, the Kenyan ambassador, and I plan to get in touch with him and yourself to try and set something up over there. It'll be easier for me to help my customers in East Africa if we have a distribution point over there.
Betty Kiptum, Lunchtime News.
And Kenya has embarked on marine spatial planning that will enable data-driven investment in the blue economy. Kenya is the latest country to adopt this integrated framework that views investment in ocean resources as the next frontier for economic development. Judith Akolo reports about this new endeavor that will use data to inform the allocation of human activities within marine areas.
Marine spatial planning is a public data-driven process used in the allocation of human activities in marine areas in order to achieve ecological, economic, and social objectives. Marine spatial planning in Kenya is being coordinated by the Ministry of Mining, Blue Economy, and Maritime Affairs in collaboration with line ministries and other government agencies. According to the Marine Spatial Planning Coordinator for Kenya, Dr. Jacqueline Uku, the process involves balancing various marine uses.
When we look at the sea, many times we only see fisheries. There are so many other uses. There's tourism, there's boat use, marine cables, energy. We can have wind energy, solar energy from the ocean space, and so many other things. We can do aquaculture in the ocean. We do it on the coastline, but we can aspire to enhance our blue economy in our coastal region, to use the ocean more.
Dr. Uku, who led a team of physical planners to the counties of Tana River, Kilifi, Mombasa, Lamu and Kwale that border the Indian Ocean, explained that marine spatial planning is about safeguarding ocean spaces and guiding on its uses.
And so we'll be looking also at the historical ocean, the behavior of the ocean historically, so that we're able to provide safeguards for the future. We've also learned today that Tana River is the maternity for fish. It's nursery grounds. We will be mapping those so that we safeguard them and conserve them. We do not want a developer to come and put structures that would change that function. So we are looking at ocean functions, potentials for use for the future.
Tana River County government is keen on leveraging marine spatial planning to balance ecological sustainability and economic development.
Muda hivi sasa bahari yale maji yamekuwa yakiingia katika mashamba. Katika huu mradi kuna components ambazo zimewekwa kujaribu kudhibiti ile hali. Katika ile plan kutakuwa na projection ambayo itatuonyesha sisi kuangalia ni mikakati gani ambayo tutaweka kama counties ambazo zimeathirika kuweza kudhibiti swala hili na pia kuchunga ama kuhifadhi livelihoods za wale wananchi ambao wanakaa maeneo hii.
Judith Akolo, Channel 1 Business.
Residents of Gatune area in Kiambu County are set to benefit from a new 7.5 kilowatt solar-powered water project following the sinking of a borehole at a local children's home. The 450-meter borehole that was commissioned at the children's home will also be used to serve the community, providing clean water for domestic use and agricultural activities.
For 7.5 solar powered. So today we are grateful. We see we have also planted trees and we have just come to commission the work that we have done before. So thank you very much. We have a lot of children here and we wish them the best.
Transformer iliibiwa, nilishindwa tutatoa maji namna gani kwa borehole. And nafurahia na nawashukuru Davis and Chatriff as a company. They are my partners for many years.
And in sports, FC Dynamo were crowned champions of the Mashujaa Day Cup after beating AFC Leopards Youth 1-0 in a game played at Isiolo Stadium in Kitui after the Mashujaa Day celebrations. Meanwhile, Makueni County Para Volleyball team also won the Mashujaa Volleyball Cup after beating Kitui Sitting Volleyball team in straight sets.
Kitui's FC Dynamo clinched the 2025 Mashujaa Day Cup after a hard-fought 1-0 win over AFC Leopards Youth at the Isiolo Stadium in front of a charged home crowd. Enoch Ouma netted the goal for the FKF Division 1 side from the penalty spot to pocket $500,000 shillings for lifting the title, while losers AFC Leopards Youth received 300,000 shillings.
Tunashukuru serikali pia kwa kutujengea ground, itatuleta pamoja pia, italeta pia maplayer wenyewe wana grow pia, italeta pamoja pia na pia kwa sisi itatusaidia pia katika mechi zetu.
Next weekend tutakuwa na game yetu ya kwanza ya ligi Division 1. So inatumotivate a lot, inapatia maplayer moral. Wakienda ku kickstart new season, at least watafeel wako proud of something before season ianze. Tunaichukulia kama community shield yetu tukienda kuanza season.
Meanwhile, Makueni County Para Volleyball team humbled Kitui Sitting Volleyball team in 3 straight sets at the same venue to also be crowned Mashujaa Day champions.
Waorganizers wa serikali kuu wamekuwa wakidhibiti na kutupatia nafasi kama City Volleyball sana sana kusensitize, kuonyesha mchezo na zaidi ya yote kuonyesha kwamba mlemavu ako na talanta na akipewa nafasi anaweza njimudu na vile umeona ni kwamba mchezo ni mzuri na kuna wachezaji bora.
The matches were organized by the Ministry of Sport as part of the 2025 Mashujaa Day celebrations.
Max Misokia and Victoria Okumu were among the standout swimmers during the Africa Zone 3 Swimming Championship at the Kasarani Swimming Pool. The event witnessed an electrifying atmosphere, attracting over 450 participants from Africa, with 10 nations showcasing their top swimming talents in an exciting and competitive gala. Max Misokia of Tanzania gave a standout performance to win gold in the boys 14 and under 1800 meters freestyle, clocking an impressive 10 minutes 4.86 seconds. Max outpaced Ogola Andrew from Kenya and Kian Murunzi from Rwanda, who clinched silver and bronze medals respectively. Kenyan captain Victoria Okumu played a pivotal role in helping Kenya secure gold in the 15 and over 200 meters medley relay event that saw Team Kenya win by a large margin.
As Kenya, for hosting this event, Kenya do a great job, good organization. Thank you for the federation, thank you for the government of Kenya. Also want to thank the Zone 3 president and all his team.
And my experience so far has been very good. I've got to meet a lot of experienced athletes that have helped me grow in the sports. I've saw a lot of mistakes, a lot of places I have to correct. And as a team, we're also gaining a lot of experience from other teams that are very good teams here.
What I'm expecting in future galas is more teams to participate in certain competitions like these ones, so that we have bigger competition and more people to race with.
West Ham slipped their 5th home defeat in a row as they lost 2-0 to Brentford last night at the London Stadium. In Spain, Alaves drew 0-0 with Valencia, while
in the Italian Serie A, Cremonense could not hold on to an early lead as they were held to a 1-0 draw at home against Udinese, that being their 4th draw in 5 Serie A matches.
Zaniolo, lovely first touch. Now he looks to find Bayo. He's released him too. Bayo, Atta, Zanoli, and Zaniolo! Udinese level. Niccolò Zaniolo equalises 5 minutes into the second half.
And just a quick one for soccer lovers. The Champions League will be back tonight and also tomorrow. And just allow me just to very quickly just mention some of the teams that we expect to see. Barcelona will be facing Olympiacos. Bayern Leverkusen will meet last year's champion or this year's champions, that is Paris Saint-Germain. Copenhagen will face Borussia Dortmund. Newcastle face Benfica. Villarreal will play Manchester City. A game of all games, Arsenal facing Atletico de Madrid of Spain. Well, let's see how that comes. But you remember, we'll be here back with the sights, the sounds, the goals, the tears. And many thanks indeed for joining us for that. Thank you. My name is Njue. I now leave you with normal programming for now. And Lensa Odingo has been my colleague on the sign language interpretation. On behalf of everyone who's made this a success, I wish you a fantastic afternoon ahead.
Want to enjoy free-to-air digital TV with crystal clear quality? Here's how to get started with Signet. Step 1. If you have a smart TV, you're good to go. Next, connect the aerial to your TV. Now, do an auto search on your TV. Just follow the prompts on the screen. And that's it. You're now tuned in to Signet. Sit back and enjoy a wide range of free-to-air digital channels. For technical inquiries, call the Signet hotline on 0770 572 656.
It's art, it's culture, it's fun, it's attitude.
As you can see with me, I have this handkerchief. And is it really a handkerchief or is it?
My name is Kevin Kasioki. Please join me each and every Friday at 8 p.m. only on KBC Channel 1.
A day of the week where you get to get some entertainment news from us right here on this amazing show. How are you?
That's what's up, man. Welcome to the biggest, the baddest entertainment show right here in the 254, yeah? Fresh from the bone. Miss V.
Yes.
And how cool is a kitu, man, yeah? I feel like MCs are the new rappers of this generation, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, for you to be an MC, lazima like you work the crowd. Umejua kitambo ilikuwa rahisi. Ilikuwa like mikono juu na watu wange
na bado tu inasonga na nini.
That was it, you see? But nowadays you need to work the crowd. You need to spit 16 bars at a row, you know? Take me there, I wanna go there.
Yeah.
Everybody stand up.
That is for sure the truth. You know, nowadays, the MCs are really overworking. I don't know if it's because times have changed, people's interests are different, you know? Kubamba watu si rahisi. Lazima you put in work. You know, so I agree with you. That's easy.